but let's get it then.
Broadcasting. My name's Josh Hall. This is the INSS iRacing Northern Super Series Street Stock Series here from Hickory Motor Speedway. Get ready for 100 laps around this historic Hickory Motor Speedway here on iRacing. Welcome everybody, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Kick, or on Twitch. We do appreciate you tuning in here tonight. We got about 3.5 minutes left of practice before we get things underway. Let's take a look at our starting grid, or excuse me, not our starting grid, but let's take a look at our points coming into tonight. See, up top is Logan Powers, but Steve Rockford not that far behind, 3 points back. Ethan Tyrell sits back in third, Philadelphia, and Aaron Raymond are your top 5. Justin Prescott, Matt Zaccaro, Shane O'Neill, Jason Pelkey, and Frank Hughes Jr. make up your top 10. Ian Collins 11th. Jake Grout back in 12th, well tied for 11th. Then Frank Klein, and then Sean Flory and Mark Baldwin both tied for 14th. So that's your top 15 in points here tonight as we get things that get ready to get underway here. So we have a driver's meeting going on right now. There will be no qualifying here tonight. They're going to be lining up here based on their average finish from the beginning of the season. So it's going to be a little bit different lineup than you're used to seeing here. See a few drivers still out on the racetrack making some laps. Actually, nobody's on the racetrack right now. A lot of drivers in the pits as the drivers meeting is going on. Of course, 100 laps here from Hickory Motor Speedway. I'm hearing drivers talking about the track being hot and slick. So it's going to be an exciting one here tonight. It's always the best racing when these cars are slip sliding around. We saw that last week at Darlington with the cars slip sliding around there. So I don't expect to see anything different here tonight. Of course, they're not going to be able to run 3 wide like they were trying to at Darlington here at this short track. But Hickory Motor Speedway, a very historic raceway. Take a look at the information here. You see the track length just about 0.34 miles. So very, very short track here. You see that track temperature there. Air temperature is, or actually track temperature is 69 degrees. Air temperature is 68 degrees. It's sunny. It's going to be a great race here tonight from Hickory Motor Speedway. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Kick, or Twitch. Don't forget that like button, follow, and subscribe. Let's not forget about our great partners here that make this possible. Of course, here at Intensity Broadcasting, you have the Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known established leader in gaming haptics, the award-winning line of Butt Kicker products that users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. Of course, our series here is also brought to you by SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund. Together we can conquer cancer. They've raised over $12 million up to date. You can check out the link down below to donate and to find more information about their great fund. Again, we appreciate them coming on board here this season. Of course, so everybody has been affected by cancer in one way or another, so just a way to show your support and try to get rid of this deadly disease that's taken so many from us. As we got practice just finishing up, the checkered flag flies here in practice. We get ready for some exciting action here tonight. Started with our first heat. So there you go. Justin Prescott will be on pole for the heat. Shane O'Neill back in second. Peter Fisher in third. Aaron Raymond back in and Sean Fleury will make up row number 3. Then Matt Zekero, Ethan Tyrell, and Joshua Baldwin in the first heat here tonight. From Hickory Motor Speedway, Justin last year's champion, great shoot there as well. Oh, it's a little contact made. At the results of heat number 1. Justin Prescott was your winner. Whoops. There we go. Justin Prescott was your winner. Aaron Raymond in second. Matt Zakharov back in third. Sean Fleury fourth. Ethan Tyrell in fifth. Jake Grout, Joshua Baldwin, Shane O'Neill, and Peter Fisher round out the first heat. We take a look at the grid for our second heat today. It's Scott Rockford. We're going to start on the pole of this one with Ty Delphius in second. Stephen Rockford in third, and Caleb Kramer in the fourth spot. Mark Baldwin going to start off fifth. Kevin Zeems in sixth. Frank Hughes Jr., Andy Collins, and Logan Powers will be the rest of the field. So basically their highest or their average starting position inverted. That's why you see Logan Powers in the rear of the field. Here are the results of heat number 2. Scott Rockford gets the win. Ty Delphia in second. Steven Rockford in third. Frank Hughes, Ken Zeebs, Logan Powers, Caleb Kramer, Mark Baldwin, and Andy Collins. We're going to go into the relay screen for just a moment. And apparently I was just told they can't hear me, so let me see if I can get that fixed up here for you guys. All you can hear is the cars and you can't hear me. Can you hear me, guys? Can you guys hear me now? Give me a message here in the chat if you've got a copy of me now. All right, sorry about that. So we got this all fixed up now. Again, I gotta apologize. It's just a little low, so we got it all fixed up here. We're getting ready for the starting grid here. Sean. Hopefully you guys can hear me better now with the car volume down. So most of the time people complain they can't hear the cars, but I guess I had it a little too loud, so I do apologize for that. As we got a little battle continuing here between Ty Delphia and Ethan Tyrell. So they go side by side down into turn number 3. Oh, some contact there between the 66 of Steven Rockford and the 13 of Ty Delphia. Ty Delphia able to hold on to it, though, as Rockford works to the top side of Ethan Tyrell. Off of turn number 2. A nice slick track for these drivers here tonight. They're really working the wheels in there. You can see them fighting with these cars as they come down off of turn number 2. Up front, though, Aaron Raymond pulling away from Justin Prescott, who has a mirror full of Matt Zucchero as they make their way down the back front stretch and into turn number 1. Ooh, a little contact there between Zucchero and Prescott. And the 77 of Scott Rockford right there in the mix trying to follow through. Oh, almost a big wreck there as the contact was made. Caution flies. Nobody really got any damage. Looks like the car getting a little sideways there is what brought out the caution. I'm going to put up the replay screen for just a second. See if we can get this audio issue fixed up here. This is what brought out the caution here. As Prescott got half spun here, you can see he's completely sideways across the track. That's what brings out our first caution here of the night. And we're going to be getting ready to go back. 1 to go here. As the pace car pulls it down on the pit road. And green flag flies yet again. Aaron Raymond out in front of Prescott, who's able to get a good launch in front of the 60 of Matt Zucchero. Down into turn number 3. A lot of side-by-side racing in the middle of the pack here. We see the 13 at Tydelphia in the middle, 3 wide. I'm sorry, that's Ethan Tyrell in the middle, 3 wide as they come off of turn number 2. The 90 of Ken Zeems. Oh, as Tyrell gets turned around. Somehow no caution. Now the caution flies. And that'll bring out our second wreckage rewind of the night. Take a look here to see what happened to Ethan Tyrell. Looks like he's going to get another view of this one because it looks like he might have just lost it by himself. I'm going to take that back. There was just a little bit of contact there between him and the 61 of Frank Hughes. Tyrell ends up going right around in front of Logan Powers. He gets a little contact there, but nothing too major. Glad the audio is better for you guys. I apologize for that. iRacing had new settings come out, so still working through. This is my first broadcast since the new update, so a couple little hiccups there. I do apologize for that. But lights on the pace car are off. Which means we're re-racked, restacked, and getting ready to go back racing here as the field makes their way off of turn number 4. Green flag is back in the air. And again, another great jump there for Aaron Raymond. As Prescott works at high lane, cuts the nose off of the 60 of Zucchero. Right behind, we see a little battle side by side. Steven and Scott Rockford doing some battle here with the 31 of Sean Fleury. Got a little tight there off the corner. Had to check up a little bit. That brought the battle to him as Steven and Scott continue to battle side by side. Right behind, we see the 13 of Tydelphia trying to work underneath the 49 of Jay Grout with nowheres to go. As Steven and Scott continue to do some battle. You see that, that's not smoke you see, that's the dirt I was talking about before. One of the drivers went down into the grass, brought some of the dirt back onto the racetrack. It's going to take a few laps for that to get cleared up. And while that happens, the track grip actually does go down just a little bit, just like in real life if the track was to get a little bit dirty. At high lane, though, right now, looking to have a bit of an advantage as the 66 of Stephen Rockford able to clear the 77 of Scott Rockford as they come off of turn number 4. Now Scott Rockford working up to the high side of Fleury as, oh, the 04 of Justin Prescott locked him up going into the corner. I think he got a little help there from the 60 of Matt Zucchero. Let's go back and take a look here and see if there was some contact. There was some contact there. Actually, looked more like a little bit of net code there between the two, but that's how Zucchero was able to get on by, as we see Sean Fleury still under attack on that high side by Stephen Rockford. This is the best battle on the track right now, as everybody else is pretty much single file throughout the field. Aaron Raymond out to a 1 second lead over second place Matt Zucchero. Zucchero, though, has a mirror full of the 04 Justin Prescott, as Prescott's going to return the favor, give him a shot down into turn number 3. They're going to go side by side for second, as Prescott's going to take that position back. Zucchero looks like he's trying to give the bumper back down the backstretch here and into turn number 3. He's going to lay the bumper to the 04 again, gets him out of shape. They continue to bang doors down the front stretch and into turn number 1. A little bit of space now between Zucchero and Prescott, as Prescott has fallen back into this battle between Fleury and Stephen Rockford. Scott Rockford's moved up to the high side now, to the high side of Jake Grout. He sees the 66 making some headway up there. He figured he'd give that one a shot as well, as Justin Prescott has fallen off of Matt Zucchero quite a bit and into the clutches of the 66 of Stephen Rockford. Meanwhile, a little further back, Logan Powers taking a look down underneath the 13 of Ty Delphia, trying to crack the top 10. Actually, he's in the 10th place as a battle for 9th. As these two go side by side down into turn number 3. Right in front, you see Frank Hughes Jr. looking underneath Scott Rockford. And lap traffic not coming into play just yet, but Aaron Raymond pulling away at the moment, has a just over a 1 second lead over second place Matt Zucchero. And Justin Prescott trying to run back down Zucchero after cooling off those tires after getting a little sideways there. Stephen Rockford right there in the tire tracks. Now Jake Grout looking down to the inside of Sean Fleury as they go off of turn number 2. Great battles all over the racetrack right now. This battle continues here for the 5th position. Jake Grout working the inside here, trying to get around Sean Fleury as they come off of turn number 4. We are quickly approaching the halfway mark. Rockford right there on the back bumper of Justin Prescott. Driver's trying to do a little tire saving here in the middle part of this race. As this battle side by side continues, Grout trying to use the apron a little bit to get that 49 to turn. Field makes their way down across the stripe to work lap number 37 of 100. A little further back, Mark Baldwin trying to find a way around Ty Delphia here as they go down into turn at number 3. Right behind, we see Joshua Baldwin trying to move up into this mix as well. Sean Fleury, Stephen Rockford, Sean Fleury and Jake Grout continue to do battle as now Frank Hughes Jr. takes a look down under Scott Rockford for the 7th position. Right now, as they run, doesn't seem like either lane really has an advantage at the moment. We see Logan Powers right back there in the 9th place. He's trying to make his way up into this mix as well. Up 3 spots into 9th. One of our bigger movers of the race. Our biggest mover of the race is Mark Baldwin in the 91, up 5 spots into 11th. Trying to get around Ty Delphia to crack the top 10. Logan Powers now take a look down underneath Frank Hughes Jr. to take over the 8th position. Not able to get the power down on that low side just yet. As just in front of him, we see the side-by-side battle continuing between Sean Fleury and Jake Grout. Up front, though, it's starting to get a little bit more interesting. Justin Prescott starting to run down the 60 of Matt Zaccaro, but nobody's running down Aaron Raymond, who's got over a 2-second lead over second place Matt Zaccaro. Grout almost got that 31 of Sean Fleury cleared as Fleury fights back up on the high side. One driver down on pit road. That's the 68 of Andy Collins. I don't know if Collins got some damage or tires are worn out or what, but he's coming down into his pit stall. He's going to go at least 1 lap down. As Steven Rockford tries to work to the high side, Justin Prescott, we see that Jake Grout has officially gotten around Sean Fleury as Rockford looks up to the high side, tries to move himself onto the podium as we're almost to the halfway mark. Looked like Fleury was trying to make a look down to the inside of Grout for a second. Thought better of it. As Rockford has to regroup here. Tucks back in behind Justin Prescott. Now Grout's trying to take a look down to the inside of Steven Rockford. He was just there for a moment, but Rockford able to get the power down, use that high side momentum to keep in front of the 49 of Grout. As we come across the stripe this time, and that's the halfway point. Aaron Raymond, your leader by 2.3 seconds. And getting really close into running into some lap traffic. We see Aaron Raymond out in front again by almost 2.5 seconds, and not too far in front of him. I see who that is. That's on the tail end here. It looks like it's Caleb Kramer. We ride along here with Aaron Raymond. I'll take that back. There's no traffic out in front of him. I thought he was catching somebody pretty quickly, but no. Driver's able to stay on pace pretty well here tonight. One thing you do notice is the marbles that are up at the top of the racetrack there. Of course, as I mentioned, the new particle update that they just had recently here on iRacing. Those marbles are very, very slick. If you get up in there, you can pretty much kiss the car goodbye, as you're going to be almost ice skating for at least a lap or two till you can get your tires cleaned off. Same thing going through the grass. They can drag the dirt right up onto the racetrack. We saw that earlier. Now the racetrack's clean. We don't see the dirt flying through the air. As Logan Powers down to the inside of Scott Rockford for the 7th position. Right behind we see Ty Delphia. So it's Frank Hughes Jr. And Scott Rockford doing battle. Rockford's falling back like a rock here. He's lost 7 positions since the drop of the green flag. Oh, and the caution flies. And it looks like it's for Frank Hughes Jr. who went around. And that's going to bring out another wreckage rewind. Trying to find the incident here. We see the battle side by side between Frank Hughes Jr. and the 77 of Scott Rockford down into turn number 3. Down on the low side, this looks like the back end starts to step out a little bit. There was a little bit of contact there between the 77 and the 61. Doesn't look like he made any contact, though, so we should be good to go. So this is going to change everything, as Aaron Raymond's going to have Matt Zaccaro right there back with him. That's also going to bring back Zaccaro and Justin Prescott, who were beating and banging there in the middle of that last run. Anthony asks how I can go about joining this league. If you look up the INSS, iRacing Northern Super Series on iRacing, and I don't know if they're recruiting right now, but you can shoot a message to the league owner, and I'm sure they'll give you information on how to join the league. As the green flag is back in the air, we're back racing. And Raymond able to get, Prescott into the back. Prescott into the back of Zaccaro. We saw that retaliation coming. We stay green. Let's go back and take a look to see what happened here. As Prescott, just gets into that left rear of the 60, and he continues on, and the 60 stuck back now in the 8th position behind Logan Powers. Zaccaro is going to try to work his way back up through the field as Jake Grout side by side with Flurry, and caution back out on the racetrack again. And this time it looks like it is for... Looks like Scott Rockford had some issues here. Let's bring out the wreckage rewind to see what happened to the 77. And looks like a little contact there was made between the 77 and the 90 of Ken Zeems. Now there's the little contact there. Gets that 77 out of shape. Comes back up into the 90. Oh, big contact. Ooh. Frank Hughes T-bones the 77. We saw the 91 of Mark Baldwin get some damage in that one as well, as he was up in the air for a moment. So I'm sure we're going to see a few drivers coming down pit road to get some damage fixed. There's Frank Hughes on pit road, Mark Baldwin as well. Of course, caution laps do not count. And these drivers do not have resets. So some iRacing leagues will have a reset where if an incident like that happens, they'll be able to go down pit road and get a new car. These drivers do not have that. So lights are off on the pace car yet again. Any damage accrued during the race will have to get fixed or retire. That's why we've got the 71 of Fisher already out. You see two drivers on pit road. That's Scott Rockford and Andy Collins as the pace car dives back down on the pit road. And the green flag flies yet again with 38 laps to go. Back here in the middle, Jake Grout trying to get something going. As he Justin Prescott on the bottom. Stephen Rockford on the high side. Grout right there trying to follow somebody through here. Whoever he can find to follow, he is going to try to take. Meanwhile, right behind, we see Ty Delphia and Sean Fleury side by side. And Logan Powers trying to get through here as well. Rockford and Prescott doing battle for the second position. Stephen Rockford almost had it off of turn at number 4 and down the front stretch as they come down onto the back stretch this time. Prescott battling really hard here on that inside, able to stay door to door with the 66 of Stephen Rockford. This is exactly what Aaron Raymond wants to see as those two continue to do side-by-side battling. As Andy Collins has left pit road, so hasn't Frank Hughes Jr. And the Zeems machine of Ken Zeems has retired from the race. We're showing him out. A little further back, we see a 4-car battle heating up with Sean Fleury on the outside of Ty Delphia, and right behind we see Matt Zaccaro and Logan Powers duking it out. This is a battle for 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. And right behind we see Ethan Tyrell and Shane O'Neill side by side as well. So a lot of side-by-side racing going on right now in the closing laps as we have 30 laps to go when they cross the line this time. Jake Grout's trying to get underneath Justin Prescott here as they're going to get side-by-side down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Grout coming on strong in the final laps here, as we are quickly approaching 25 laps to go. Grout using that inside lane, using that apron to help turn that car. And Stephen Rockford has cleared those two, and he's trying to run down Aaron Raymond. It looks like he is actually starting to run a little bit quicker than Raymond here as we take a look at the lap times. And yeah, Raymond now turning the afterburners back on, starting to pull back away from second place Stephen Rockford. This battle for third place continues to happen between Justin Prescott and Jake Grout off of turn number 4. Sean Fleury, Ty Delphia leading on each other down the front stretch as well as Grout clears the 4 of Prescott. We pick up the action right behind between Sean Fleury and Ty Delphia. Logan Powers has made his way around Matt Zaccaro. He's trying to move himself up towards the front here as well as we have 25 laps to go. Field starting to get a little bit more single file here in the closing laps. As the 49 of Jake Grout closing in on the 66 of Stephen Rockford. Aaron Raymond, though, not able to pull away like he was in the opening part of this race. He was out to almost a 3-second lead when the caution flew. Now Stephen Rockford starting to gain a little bit on that 88 machine, and the 88 about to catch some lap traffic as well. I see Aaron Raymond come off at turn number 4. There's the lap traffic. One of the drivers, Andy Collins, pulling down to the bottom of the racetrack, staying out of the way as the caution comes out. And I think it might be for Collins. We're just going to go right here to the replay here. I don't know if he just got a little loose here and pulled down to the bottom or what happened, but if he stopped, oh yeah, it looks like he completely stopped there. And that appeared to give the race control thought that he had crashed on the front stretch. And that's what brings out that caution. But this is going to give everybody an opportunity to cool off those tires as well for the final 20 laps. See the 61 of Frank Hughes Jr. going to get one of his laps back here as the lucky dog. So when we go back green flag racing, we will have just 20 laps to go. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Kick, or on Twitch. Don't forget that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, don't forget to check out our great partners, including the league sponsor, SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund. They've raised over $12 million towards cancer research. You can check them out down below in the description. There's a link down there where you can donate as well. So check that out. SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund. Of course, I also want to thank our great partner over at Butt Kicker for leading gaming haptic provider, The Butt Kicker. Check it out at thebuttkicker.com and figure out which Butt Kicker product might be right for you. Pace car getting ready to dive down on the pit road. No, we're going to go at least one more lap here. Also, check out our website over at intensityracing.com if you're a small-time race team looking for some swag. Get a quote today at intensityracing.com. Or if you're a fan of Ali Atman Weiss, you can check out his racing gear as well as some other Virginian race drivers swag right there at intensityracing.com. Here we go. Pace car getting ready to dive down on the pit road. And they're already leaning on each other as the green flag flies. With 20 laps to go, and Aaron Raymond able to clear Stephen Rockford down into turn at number 1. Justin Prescott and Jake Rout continue to battle side by side off of turn at number 4. Right there, Ethan Tyrell in that third. I'm sorry, that's Ty Delthea in the 13, trying to make his way into the mix as well, as he's got Sean Fleury to his outside. Logan Powers trying to move through here as well. Up front, though, Stephen Rockford right there on the back bumper. Oh, got a little loose there. Had to chase the car up the track. That gives a little bit of breathing room to Aaron Raymond. As Justin Prescott to the outside of Jake Rout. He's got a little shove here from the 31 of Sean Fleury. Prescott almost comes down into the 13 of Ty Delphia. Able to gather it up and keep it going in the right direction. As this battle continues to heat up here for the 4th and 5th position. There you go. Prescott able to move into that 5th spot as Logan Powers looking down underneath Matt Zaccaro. 15 laps to go here from Hickory Motor Speedway. Oh, and Fleury gets loose right in front of Powers. Able to gather it up. They were almost just 3 wide as Ethan Tyrell wisely checks out of it. And now Logan Powers up to the high side of Sean Fleury, trying to take over that 7th position. He's going to clear that 31 as Matt Zaccaro looks up to the high side of Justin Prescott. These two have a little bit of history here in the race. They bang doors going down into turn number 1. More side-by-side races as Logan Powers making his way into the mix here. We've seen a lot of contact between this 04 and the 60 here in the race. Logan Powers trying to follow one of them through as they lean on each other down into turn number 3. And Prescott gets loose down on the low side. He's able to gather it up, but he's going to go through those marbles down there. He's going to be without grip. You see that car already sideways again. That car's going to be without grip until he can get those tires cleaned off. So that's going to move Logan Powers up into the 6th position as he tries to run down Matt Zaccaro as we have 10 laps to go. Prescott and Tyrell banging doors off of turn number 2. And Stephen Rockford under attack now by the 13 of Ty Delphi as they go down into turn number, what was turn number 1? Now they're down in turn number 3. Ooh, a little more contact there down into turn number 1 as Rockford gets shoved up the track and out of the way, and Ty Delphia trying to keep that momentum to get around that 66. Here comes Jake Grout into the mix as well. A battle for the final podium spot heating up here, as here comes Jake Grout to the inside of Stephen Rockford. Off of turn number 4. That's how quick these laps click off here as Grout continues to work down underneath the 66 of Stephen Rockford as we are coming to 5 laps to go. And oh, Grout almost washes up the track into the 66 of Stephen Rockford. Able to gather it up though. He's going to have to regroup to try to make another run at it, as Matt Zaccaro and Logan Powers come into this mix as well, and now Grout back down to the inside. Now Logan Powers to the inside of Zaccaro, and out in front of this, Ty Delphia battling with Aaron Raymond for the lead. Raymond really loose there up on the high side. Ty Delphia is going to take over the lead with just 2 laps to go. Out of nowhere, as Ty Delphia turns on the afterburners, starting to pull away from the 88 of Aaron Raymond as they come off of turn number 4. White flags in the air, 1 lap to go. Does Raymond have anything for the 13 of Ty Delphia as they come down into turn number 3 for the final time? And off of turn number 4, Ty Delphia is going to win it here after a dominating performance by Aaron Raymond. Delphia comes home and steals it. Jake Grout brings it home in 3rd. As Ty Delphia comes down into the victory lane, he's going to burn them out here, celebrate that win. Give the crowd a show. Almost runs into the side of second place there. Does a couple donuts. He's going to park that car right here in victory lane. Jake Grout does indeed make his way to the start-finish line. As we are going to take a look at the final results. And Ty Delphia gets the win. Aaron Raymond brings it home in 2nd. Jake Grout comes home 3rd. Stephen Rockford back in 4th. Logan Powers in 5th. Then Matt Zaccaro brings it home in the 6th position. 7th was Sean Fleury. Ethan Tyrell back in 8th. Joshua Baldwin 9th. And Justin Prescott brings it home in 10th. Scott Rockford back in 11th. Caleb Kramer in 12th. Shane O'Neill brings it home 13th. 14th was Frank Hughes Jr. and Mark Baldwin back in the 15th spot. 16th was Andy Collins. Ken Zeems back in 17th. And Peter Fisher rounds out the field here tonight from Hickory Motor Speedway. And we're going to bring up the Wreckage Rewind for just a moment as we change some volumes here so we don't have to listen to the drivers chatting in the background while we're trying to do interviews here. And we're going to start with our 3rd place finish. Let's see, make sure everybody's here in the room. And I've got my top 3 here in the waiting room. So let's unmute the Discord here and we'll talk with our 3rd place finisher, Jake Grout. Jake, you got Josh up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah.
Man, a great run for you here tonight, bringing it home in third. A lot of side-by-side battling here throughout the entire race. Talk us through the race and what you're able to do to keep the tires on it, battling side-by-side as long as you did throughout the race.
Yeah, it was just a lot of not trying to slide them off the corners because it was tire temp more than anything. So, battled with Flurry for about 25 laps side by side, and that killed him. But we got a caution, was able to cool him back down and go for a charge on Prescott and Roachford, and then just burned him back up again and got into Steven a little bit. So I apologize to him for that.
We saw a lot of extracurricular activity there at the front there. Talk us working through a couple of those hairy moments there at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, I don't remember when it was, but there was a car that spun to the grass in turn one, and I thought I was done right there. But was able to get through that one, and then there was a couple more. But all in all, it was pretty good. Not too many hairy moments.
Well, an awesome finish for you here tonight, and I forget where is it next? Oxford Plains we move to next week. Thought I had the schedule here up on
Yeah.
my phone. Yeah, Oxford Plains next week. Another short, unique short track next week. How do you like your chances there at Oxford Plains?
Oxford's one of my favorite tracks on the sim, so I feel pretty confident there. Just got to work my way through the field and hopefully be there at the end.
Awesome, man. Well, a great job here tonight. Coming home in P3. Before we let you go, anyone want to thank? Any shout outs you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank Logan for putting it on, you guys for broadcasting, JNS Sales and Service, White's Heating, Justin Brooks Designs, AW Clark Builders, KSR, RKM Setup Shop, CSV Motorsports, and anybody else.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium here tonight. Good luck next week at Oxford Plains. Hopefully, we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
That's going to bring up our second place finisher here, the 88 of Aaron Raymond. Aaron, you got a copy?
I do.
Man, dominating performance led all but I think 3 laps here tonight. And they were the important ones there at the end. Talk us through the race and what happened. You just burn off that right rear here, come to the end where Ty was able to get you?
Yeah, I would drive myself out to a lead, then I just kind of let it ride, and then those last cautions we got there at the end, I just started sliding my right rear there on the restarts, and Ty was just able to get around me.
Yeah, at one point you had about a 3.5 second lead over the field, and it looked like you were just in cruise control. That thing was on rails. It looked like was it the cautions that did you in there?
Yeah, it had to have been because I was still pulling away before we got all those cautions.
Well, same question to you. I asked Jake. Next week we move on to Oxford Plains Speedway, another track, very short track like this. How do you like your chances there?
I like Oxford. It's going to be a lot of saving the tires and keeping the nose clean, so hopefully you get a good finish out of it.
I know you were able to stay out in front to avoid all the carnage behind you. So again, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight. Before we let you go, Aaron, anyone want to thank? Any shout outs you got to give?
Yeah, I want to thank you for putting on these great broadcasts every week. I want to thank Logan for putting on this league, and I got to thank everyone in the background that helps make everything run smoothly.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck next week at Oxford. Hopefully, we'll talk to you again soon.
Yep, thank you.
Now we're going to bring up the man of the moment here, Ty Delphia, who came out of nowheres there to get the win here. Ty, you got a copy?
I do.
Man, at one point we were looking, you were running more towards the back than anything. You were running like P7, P8, doing a lot of side-by-side racing, and next thing you know, you were up there at the front. What was the secret to drive yourself up to the front here to get the victory?
Saving tire, just honestly lifting really early and driving out as smooth as possible. You know, like Aaron and Jake said, just smooth as possible, not trying to burn it up. And I think I just got lucky. I had a lot of side-by-side racing, but I was able just to keep it smooth the whole time. I thought I kind of burnt my stuff up towards the end, and I don't know, just it caught a second wind and just wanted to go to the front. So it was nice.
Not just was it side-by-side racing, but there's a lot of door banging, beating, and banging out there here tonight as well. Was that a concern in the back of your mind, maybe catching somebody a little wrong there and damaging the car?
100%, especially going into one, coming out of two, because it's kind of weird entering into one. So if the guy on the inside or the outside just, half a lane is just off, then you're going to connect and someone's going to go around. And I mean, for the most part, it was pretty clean where I was. I mean, there was door banging, but I mean, I think everyone was trying to do the same thing, and I just was fortunate enough where I didn't have to battle that hard to either get around cars or just even let someone by and say, "Go, we'll catch the group, and we'll battle it out then."
Well, I really didn't mention it to anybody here, but I mentioned it a ton in the broadcast here tonight. I know iRacing's brought their new debris model, if you will. I see the marbles all over the racetrack. If you got a little high, got up into the marbles, or we saw some dirt on the racetrack, did that change the track a little bit, make it a little bit slicker?
Well, I noticed that too, as I went down lower, to cool off my tires, and then I saw all the marbles, and I'm like, well, that kind of ruined that plan. So I just kind of stayed on there, and I didn't go way too high to feel that, I guess, but I could imagine that it would just make the track slick, and then you're holding on for a ride.
Well, congratulations, saving your stuff there and leading the most important laps of the race, the last three. Of course, Ty, before we let you go, and you want to thank any shout you got to give here tonight?
I got to give you guys put on a really good show for us, and we really appreciate it. I got to get a shout out to Logan. He puts on a really good league. There's a lot of leagues out there, and I think this is one of the best ones I've ever raced in. I got to thank East Coast Innovations, and I got to thank CDR Concrete.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win here tonight. It's going to be a good points night for you. And how you like your chances next week at Oxford?
I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it on here, to be honest. I've done good and I've done really bad there. So as long as everything goes straight and the pack wants to run smooth and not try to win it off the first lap, I think it'll be a really good race for all of us. Everyone in here is really good and really competitive. So it's a really strong field, and like I said, there's a lot of competitors that anyone could win it at any time. So any track is going to be tricky for anyone.
Yeah, I know 100 laps around here. Only had, I think it was like 4 or 5 cautions. That's really impressive too. You guys had that great green flag run as well. So again, congratulations on your win. Awesome race, awesome show here tonight, and good luck at Oxford.
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Have a great night.
You too.
So that is going to do it for us here from Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Kick, or over on Twitch. We do appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcast. Of course, we got great racing tomorrow night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. We got racing the rest of the week, all short track racing. So check it out here on Intensity Broadcast. And don't forget to check out our great partners listed down below, including ST Ireland Cancer Research Fund, linked down below where you can donate. Over $12 million already raised towards cancer research. Awesome program. So check that out down at the link below. Of course, our great partners over at The Butt Kicker for all your gaming haptic needs. Check out thebuttkicker.com. Of course, if you're a small-time race team looking for some swag, get a quote today at intensityracing.com. That's going to do it for us here tonight. And our boy Atlee, Atman Weiss would say,